Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Today we are going to discuss the next part of vertebrate. Uh, in previous lecture, we have discussed about the division of chordata, where we have divided the chordata into two major groups, the agnatha and gnethostomata. So we have discussed the agnatha, in which we have discussed the cyclostomes and another group. So today we are going to discuss the next part, which is vertebrata. So vertebrata is further divided into two major groups. One is the pisces, which include all the fishes, while another one we have the tetrapoda. So as I have told you earlier that tetra mean four, poda mean legs. So these include the rest of the vertebrates like amphibians, reptile, aves, and mammals, which contain fore and hind limbs, right? So they contain four legs. So let's discuss the pisces. So here we have divide the pisces into two major classes. The important one, we are discussing the important points which are very important for the exam point of view, right? So the elasmobranchi and ostichthyes. So elasmobranchi, these are contractiles, mean they are cartilaginous fishes, or they are also known as coeliaci. They are exclusively marine. They live in marine, right, in sea, in ocean. And the next point is that they are cartilaginous. They do have the cartilaginous skeleton, right? So the next point is that they are predaceous in nature. They prey other fishes, other organism, right, for their eating purposes. And examples are the shark, man-eating shark, rays, chimeras, etc. Now, the major important characteristics are here. So let's discuss the ostichthyes as well. Then we will discuss then we will compare these both. So it would be easy for us to compare and to remember the thing easily, right? So ostichthyes are freshwater fishes, and then they move to the marine. They can move to the marine, right? But they are freshwater fishes. They do have the bony skeleton. The skeleton is made up of bones. There is deposition in initial stage. The skeleton is cartilaginous, right? But there is deposition of salt, there is deposition of calcium in the bones, right? Calcium in the cartilage, then it convert into bones. So that's why we call it what. They do have the bony skeleton. Now look at the characteristic of cartilaginous fishes and ostichthyes, right? So the major difference is that the scales, the elasmobranchi contain the placoid scales, right? While in ostichthyes, in bony fishes, the scales are gynoid and or cosmod type, right? And the next is elasmobranchi and the ostichthyes both contain the paired appendages. So paired appendages include the pectoral fins, the pelvic fins, and the two median dorsal fins. So median dorsal fins include the anal fins, the caudal fin, right? So let me show you the diagram in a book, right? So look at this. Here we have, this is the lateral line, understand? So this is the lateral line, and here we have the pectoral fin. We can also call it word shoulder fins as well. As we have studied, like in human there is pectoral girdle and the pelvic girdle. So the pelvic is like the lower one, and this is pectoral, the upper one, right? So look at this, the pectoral fin, this is the pelvic fin, and here we have the anal fin, right, or ventral fin we call it, and this one is the caudal fin. Caudal means tail. So the fin which lie near to the tail, we call it what? Caudal fin, right? This is the caudal fin, understand? So this is the second dorsal fin, and this is the first dorsal fin, and in the center we have the lateral line, and here we have a lot of scales on the body. So these are the gill cliffs or gill slits, which play important role in the respiration. And here we have the mouth and the nostril and eye, etc. Now moving toward the difference between the cycloid and the lasmobranchi and the osteichthyes. So the next difference is that they do contain a heterocircle type of tail, right? Here many little branches, or we can say that it is like that, while in bony fishes they do contain homocircle or diaphyseal type, right? So they are even same, or they do have contain like this like structure. So in cartilaginous fishes the mouth is ventral in position. Mouth lie in ventral position on ventral side, while in bony fishes the mouth lies on the terminal, on the edge, right, from the front region. The spiral wall is present in the intestine in the cartilaginous fishes, right? So same, the bony skeleton, bony fishes do contain. Few do not contain, but majority they do contain the spiral wall in the intestine. So lungs and air bladder and gills cover, which is also known as operculum, they are absent in the cartilaginous fishes. So this is very important, like air bladder, operculum are absent in the cartilaginous fishes, while they are present in the bony fishes. Next we have the gill slits. So in cartilaginous fishes they are 5 to 7 on each side, right? For example, here, for example, this is a fish, 5 to 7 here and 5 to 7 here gill slits are present. So we can say that there are 5 to 7 pair of gill slits in cartilaginous fishes, while in osteichthyes, in bony fishes, there is a single pair of gill slits. So here again the cloaca is present, while in bony fishes the cloaca is absent. The kidney is pronephros and mesonephros both. So both contain the pronephros and mesonephros type of kidney. Clasper, this is the characteristic of the we call it what, the cartilaginous fishes. They do contain, the male of the cartilaginous fishes contain the clasper, while in bony fishes the clasper is absent. Now the examples are, the cartilaginous fishes include the dogfish, sawfish, shark, electric rays, etc., while in bony fishes the examples are carp, perch, eel, seahorse, etc. Hope you understand the difference between the cartilaginous fishes and bony fishes. So these are the major differences which are very important for exam point of view. So hope you like the video. Kindly press the bell icon for more notification and share the video. Thank you.